Scotland pull away from Tonga to keep their quarter-final hopes alive. My name is Mark, let's talk rugby. Scotland are on the front foot from the start of this one. Kinghorn kicks through the Tongan defence, then he's got the pace to make it to the ball before the cover, but he knocks on as he tries to gather before the line, and he was under pressure from Tamope. Tonga then, they win the scrum and they're able to clear. Scotland, they keep up the pressure. They have a maul on the edge of the 22. It's going forward, and then they just flood through the Tongan, like the Tongan maul defence just kind of evaporated. Turner is at the back as they go over, then he flops down to score. Russell converts for 7-0. Great start for Scotland. Tonga, they win a scrum penalty. Havili then makes it 7-3 from the tee. Both teams looking to run the ball. Scotland going wide to try and create some space out there. Van der Merwe, he comes looking for a big hit on Kata, but gets sat down by the Tongan winger. Huge collision there. Scotland, they got plenty of invention, but it's not as crisp as they'd like it to be. Tonga, they win another scrum, they have another scrum in an attacking position. It's solid from them. They spread it. They make good ground in the 22. Some decent hands from Piatow in the build-up. He's involved again as, a few meters out from the line. He gets his hands free in the tackle, offloads to Kata to go over in the corner. Havili converts 10-7. Tonga hit the lead. Havili then gets pinged for a high tackle. Scotland, they go up the line. They set up the maul from the line out. Then they get it out to Russell. He finds Kinghorn coming on like a nice hard line on a great angle. He then puts Van der Merwe over in the corner. Russell misses the conversion, but it's 12-10 and Scotland got their noses back in front. They then come forward again. It's a little scrappy, but they managed to retain possession thanks to Richie Gray. Then they get into the 22. Russell gives a bullet of a pass to Stain. He goes through a gap, brushes off a tackle, and then just has too much pace and power for the defence and goes over to score. Russell hits the upright with the conversion attempt, 17-10. Tonga, they then come forward looking for a response. They get within 10 metres of the line and they're looking good, but then Halai Fanua, he knocks on. We then have a TMO check for a high tackle from Tamopo on Richie. He gets a yellow card. It goes to the bunker for review, but looked to me like it might be a red because it was basically no wrap and shoulder to the head. So, I'm thinking at that stage that Tonga are going to be down to 14 for the rest of the game. Ben White then almost kicks a great 50-22 for Scotland. Piatow, he keeps it in, but Scotland's chase get there and he kind of hesitates a little bit and they bundle him into touch. Might have been a bit unlucky about, whether he was in possession of the ball when he went into touch, but it's a Scotland line out. Scotland then, from that, they go close twice. First with Dempsey, who's just short, close to the post. Then Van der Merwe gets forced into touch out on the left by a double tackle from Piatow and Fekitoa. We come back for a Scotland penalty. They opt for the scrum. Tonga, initially, they kill the attack off the scrum really well. But then Darge, he's not held in the tackle. He gets up and powers over under the posts. Russell converts for 24-10. Bonus point now wrapped up, and that's half time. Into the second half, we hear that Tamope's yellow will remain a yellow. Mitigation, they said, was due to a drop in height from Richie. Tonga back to 15 shortly after that. Tonga, they're attacking in the tram lines about 10 metres out, but they run out of space and it's line out to Scotland. Scotland decide to go quickly and Russell, he kicks it straight to Kata, who runs it back really hard, makes great ground into the 22. Tonga then recycle, get it to Tameafuna. He breaks a tackle and surges over from about 10 metres out with about 3 or 4 Scots trying to bring him down. They just can't. Habili converts to make it 24-17. Tonga back in this one. Tonga then get a pen for a Dempsey playing the arm at the line out. They kick to the corner, but they're not straight at the line out. And, this really was a big chance for them to get back level. Scotland then win a penalty at the resulting scrum. Pierre Schumann, he's, not long on the pitch. He's getting pats on the backs from everyone. Then from here, Darcy Graham, he makes a break out of his own half. They then get it out wide to Van der Merwe. He shrugs off a tackle from Kada, a bit of payback there from the first half. He surges forward through a couple of more attempted tackles, and then he puts Horn over to score in the corner. Russell converts 31-17. We then have good work from Fafita, wins a penalty at the ruck for Tonga. They go up the line, but the throw is not straight again. And both teams had struggles with the lineouts today, but Tonga, some of the stuff that they did was criminal. But we saw last night Ireland struggling with their lineout as well. But Ireland's struggles really was down to how excellent South Africa were at attacking that lineout. Whereas this one, it was just basics. Too many not straights, too many overthrows, and it really did cost them when it looked like they were, getting themselves back in the game. Scotland then come for another try that would seal the victory for them. The forwards, they managed to suck in the defence under the post. There's a great carry from Schumann in there. They get it out then to the backs. It's Tuipulotu to Russell, and then he puts Kinghorn over to score. Russell converts for 38-17. Scotland, they look for more, but they get held up over the line. The next time they come and threaten. Then Fafita, he gets a yellow card for a reckless attempted clearance when he catches Russell in the head. That goes to the bunker for review. I'm recording this basically straight after the final whistle, so that review is still going on. I thought the other one was red. I think this one was red, but I think I might actually be right on this one, that it is going to be a red for him and probably the end of his Rugby World Cup. Scotland, they go to the corner from the penalty. The maul gets halted. Ashman breaks off. Tonga managed to strip the ball, but they strip it towards their own line and it goes dead. 5 minutes scrum to Scotland. Tonga win a penalty at the scrum. Now, the game was pretty much over, but they want that final try. They want to go out on a high, but they get turned over by Scotland and they break. Darcy Graham eludes a couple of tackles, kind of out on the right, then cuts inside into kind of the middle of the field, around another couple of tackles. Then, he's in open space. He puts the afterburners on, avoids, a desperate attempt at a tap tackle and goes under the posts. Russell converts for the final score of 45-17. So, Tonga, they did really well, I felt, to get themselves in that position where they're back in the game, just 7 points behind. And, they gave themselves a chance as well to get level, but couldn't take it. Too many, errors at crucial times from them. But, it's good signs for them for the future that there is that ability there. And you can see that in terms of their structures and stuff, they're getting a little bit better. There's still a lot of work though to do. They got to sort out that line out. The scrum I thought was good from them most of the time. They were the ones on top. Scotland in the second half, when the likes of Schumann and Nell come on, they started to get the nudge though in there. But still, Tonga, they're showing at this Rugby World Cup they're in the pool of death as well. But they're not embarrassing themselves against Ireland and now Scotland. They gave them a game, and at the moment that's all you can ask for from them. But Scotland, I felt they knew what they had to do. They had to win. They had to get a bonus point, because if they didn't, then that was it. It didn't matter then about the Ireland game, that they weren't going to be able to make the quarterfinals. But Tonga come back at them. They dug in. They got themselves, ahead again, and then they pulled away towards the end. There was times when maybe their play, going quickly for the kick that sent Kata and then Tonga score. Maybe they would have been better just to kind of slow it down a little bit, and maybe that kind of play suited Tonga's style as well. But overall, I think Scotland were excellent. I thought Harris and Tuipulotu did well in the centres. Russell, when he's on it, he's on it. He was on it today. Kinghorn, brilliant, coming into the line, being a huge threat, and himself and Russell seem to be getting on each other's wavelength a lot as well, which is good to see for them. The back row went well, as well, like around the park. I thought Richie was really good. Struggled a little bit in the scrum the first half, but turned around a bit in the second half as well. And again, they had some struggles at the line out too. But overall, it's job done from this one. They go on now. They got Romania next. They're going to be worried about Richie not being available for that, and the fact that if he has to go through return to play, he's only going to be back just before the Ireland game, and then it's whether you put him in and take that risk or not. But as I said, they got the win they needed here with the bonus point. They're going to get the same against Romania, and then they've put themselves in the position to cause a big upset and knock Ireland out potentially.